Hey everyone, thanks for joining. My name's Austin. I'm here with Inventory Source, and this is Travis, my managing director, and I'm the sales manager here at Inventory Source. So today, this webinar, we're just going to go a little bit over what US Direct is. You might have seen this kind of all over the place. We've been blasting it all over our newsletter. You've just been seeing a lot of people talk about it. It's all over our supplier directory, our website, things like that. So this live webinar, we're really just going to kind of go over and educate everybody out there what US Direct really is, and how to really differentiate us from Inventory Source as well. All right, so what we're going to cover today is what is US Direct? Why did Inventory Source start US Direct? How does US Direct work? How do online retailers benefit from US Direct? And how to get started. And then at the end, we're going to open up a Q&A as well, live Q&A, so go ahead and jump in and ask questions whenever we do that. But we're first going to jump into what is US Direct. So US Direct allows you to source quality products and top brands from top US dropship suppliers, and really to make quick shipping and delivery to your end customer, as well as getting quick access to products to source from. So US Direct is huge to just finally get into the realm of utilizing products that are being sourced from the US and not from China and all over the world, take crazy shipping times.
Sure.
But really, going off of that, it's kind of a big deal in the sense that we want to not just provide the whole U.S. Shipping and having great shipping times, but we want to really provide this large catalog, right? This huge SKU count. We've got about 200,000 SKUs from U.S. suppliers. Some of the main categories that we cover is camping and outdoors, apparel, pet supplies, computers, electronics, and a bunch of other ones as well. You can see those specific categories on the supplier directory in Inventory Source. But really, we're adding on more and more niches because we're just getting a lot of questions about adding more and more niches. So be on the lookout for that as well. But really, that kind of segues us into the next one is we are utilizing really just trusted and the best U.S. suppliers. We've built a lot of relationships with these guys in the past. We've kind of worked out the pricing, the logistics, and we're really trying to make this work for all parties here. And we just know these are really the best companies here in the U.S.
Yeah, across all those niches we mentioned, right? I mean, Honest Green, UNFI is a large company, right, in the eco-friendly home and grocery space. Been working with them for over 10 years. Obviously a great supplier. Great pricing, wholesale clothing deals. I know you have a good relationship with them, right? A lot of women's fashion apparel. Ink Zone, very cool. Yoga, leggings, activewear, things like that. Cinex is huge in electronics. Ton of SKUs there. CWR, kind of in the marine electronics area as well. Fragrances always sell well. Adult is out there. 365, a really cool one that is kind of exclusive to us with US Direct. Selling funny T-shirts, kind of the paired T-shirts with like you and your kid, or you and your boyfriend or girlfriend. Some cool stuff there as well. So, and then Bradley Caldwell Pets, right? Pet supplies is huge.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So going off of the U.S. suppliers and making sure that we have the most trusted suppliers, that kind of segues us into why did we do this, right? Why did Inventory Source come up with US Direct? And I know this was pretty much your main initiative, and you can talk highly on this.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, number one was to empower merchants to be able to test new products in the market, expand to new audiences, and see what sells through. Right now, if you want to go test new products, you either have to buy them wholesale, or you have to find a drop shipper that will approve you, go through a lengthy approval process in general, maybe sometimes put thousands of dollars down as a line of credit. All that kind of stuff where it's just a lot of barriers to entry. So we want to give you access to 200,000 products to be able to test through to your audiences. Maybe if you're selling something currently, sell complementary products to an audience that might buy that as well, and see if you can really push to those audiences those kinds of products. We're streamlining sourcing, essentially is what we're doing. There's no approval process like I mentioned. You're signing up with one company who's aggregated several of those other companies we just showed before into one catalog. We're augmenting that data. We're adding data, right? We're adding things like descriptions and titles, and we're kind of taking what we already get provided, but then making it better, right? Making sure, in some cases, even manually mapping variations of sizes and colors. So we're taking care of a lot of that data management as well, not only just giving you access to products. And it's combined with Inventory Source. So obviously, sister companies, US Direct, Inventory Source. So they're able to kind of work seamlessly together. So you've got access to 200,000 products ready to go. You've got inventory sources, automation tools. All you have to do is build a market.
Yeah, and it made sense for us to start this, right? Because we're the experts in it, right? We've been doing dropship automation software, everything for 15 years. We've seen the pressure points that, all of our dealers go through. Mm-hmm. This made the most sense to provide this for our customers, right? So it's definitely kind of streamlining, like you said, that sourcing process.
Sure.
That's really just making it quick and easy for you to get started.
Yeah, and you might see other things out in the market that might look similar, but it's really not anything that we've seen that is this many products from actual wholesale distributors, right? Mm-hmm. Not scraping from a website like an AliExpress scrape or any kind of retail site like that. And then also, the combination of wholesale distributor products with the automation tools, all at a profitable product pricing. Yeah. So we're marking up 3% very transparently for credit card fees and risk of returns and fraud and things like that. We've got a $1 dropship fee, and we've got fixed rate shipping, right? A lot of these guys, you sign up with them, they're not going to charge you for shipping until after. That's their policy. You're never really going to know how much it's going to cost to ship until you do ship it. We take on that risk with shipping, starting at $3.95 for products under a pound. We just dropped it down to $5.95 for products under 5 pounds. So we kind of want to make it very simple, very streamlined, very easy for you to say, I can get up these new products in my store and I can test them out and I can maybe make some money on them, right? I mean, dropship has thin margins notoriously for sure, but still be profitable and then be able to see what you can sell. Maybe you move on to negotiating better pricing and working directly with the supplier. Maybe you start buying wholesale and then, with some of these products, maybe you just keep the volume going and make a couple bucks, make $10, make $20, whatever it is on each product, and it's automated, so the margins are there for you.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about this a little bit later too, but this kind of goes into the whole, and I wanted to hit on this was like the automation tool side of thing as well. It's like people realize the quick buck on our Oberlo, right, to just quickly get products up and sell. We're just much more sophisticated than that. Like, right, we have 200,000 products in the sense of you can go into our tool and just add quickly, let's just say 50,000 products from a pet supply niche.
You're not
just
manually importing, it's more bulk automation.
One by one, and then there's just so much more of a subset tooling behind it as well.
Sure.
So absolutely. And then, after this, obviously, there's a huge need for us to get this all started, but you want to know how it works, so Travis is going to go out and get everything started with it. Right?
Those automation tools we just talked about. So you find the products you want. You don't have to add them one by one like an Oberlo or wherever it might be. You actually can just select, I want to sell all of these products in the catalog. I want to sell all of them in this category. I want to manually select maybe in bulk by a keyword. What happens is you're able to take our catalog manager from Inventory Source, view the products, search by weight, keyword, like I said, category, bulk upload them to your website. We integrate with Shopify, Magento, WooCommerce. You can sell on Amazon, on eBay, on Walmart, about 25 different integrated platforms. And those are all auto-imported, and then they're going to be syncing automatically as well, price, quantity, and status throughout the day, several times a day, to make sure that you're only selling things that are in stock. So once you upload the products, right, the next step is to get a sale. You get your first sale from your customer. That's actually going to come in through your, let's say, Shopify store, BigCommerce store. That's automatically then going to be routed through Inventory Sources tools back to the supplier, which is, in this case, US Direct. And there's the graphic for you. So now everyone understands. Yep, and then obviously, once it gets past US Direct, right, the last step here is what we do is we work with our dropship partners to fulfill on that product, to send it out directly to your customer using a generic kind of blind packing slip, if there's any packing slip in general. People are getting away from it in general, actually, and sending them to your customer and really kind of allowing you to control it. It's not Chinese lettering. It's not some odd-looking box. It's not 15 days. They come to your website. 3 to 5 days later, they get a generic-looking box with the product that they ordered from your website.
All right, so going off of that, right, that's the whole kind of process. You want to get started with Inventory Source. We have our automation tools, and then you get access to the quick products, right, and kind of that whole drop shipping fulfillment method. You guys have all seen it. We've all seen it. Everybody relatively now knows in the e-commerce realm what drop shipping is. But really, we kind of want to take you now into, like, what is this? How is this going to benefit you to utilize US Direct? There's a lot of benefits that we're really catering to, because it's not just a we want to get signed up with suppliers. We're going to mark it up like crazy because we want to make an extra buck. That's not the case. That was one thing that I wanted to hit on as well, is we're actually looking to almost, in essence, lose money on orders and transactions through US Direct, right, because that's going to be a huge deal for you guys to get good products with good margins, right? Good quality products. Going off of that, is really because we are utilizing trusted dropship suppliers. We're not using some weird website that says they dropship and they're in the US, right? And they're not, and things like that. So we're using legit US trusted suppliers. We're also leading kind of in the product brands and dropship category. We actually have a lot of legit brands that are in this catalog. So that's another huge plus to utilizing US Direct. Quick shipping and delivery. Talked about that a million times. Going to keep talking about it because it's huge in drop shipping. We've all purchased something online and it's taken 20 days to get to us, and we realize this thing came straight from China. This is coming from the US. Easily test product niches and audiences. So this is huge in the sense of it's not just, US Direct is not just made for the first time seller, right? Anybody, a seasoned seller. We have seasoned sellers utilizing US Direct and they love it because you're testing out all these different product niches. You might be selling some very specific pet products. Let's say you manufacture dog beds and they're really awesome dog beds, right? And you just kind of want to see where it's at with like dog food and maybe some toys and maybe stuff like that. Well, we have Bradley Caldwell, who's an awesome supplier. You want to get them on board. You buy US Direct. You get those into your store. You're driving traffic to your website or to your sales channel. They're going to buy that toy and the bed, right? And it's just a great way to test out these different niches. And going off of that, that's really going to kind of help you sustain this online business. You're kind of building, and it kind of goes into our last one, and it's repeating the customer, but really you're creating this brand, right? You're creating your brand, you're creating your catalog, you're creating your pet supply online store, your consumer electronics store, and your quick, easy access to legit products. Right? So it's a great way, and I know you've talked about this, right, is creating this brand, right? It's getting these customers back on board, not just the one-time purchase, and they're like, oh, it's 20 days it took me, I'm not going to buy from that online store again.
Most expensive part of business is acquiring customers, and you spend all that money and all that time to acquire a customer, you're going to want them to be a repeat customer. And sourcing from sketchy places that take really long and from different websites and whatever that show up in an odd package, it's no way to run a business and build a business. We feel that this is really the model to build a brand around and to test out the waters, like we've said, and to really figure out where can you afford to buy wholesale, get more margin, where can you afford to take some more risk once you validated it. It's really kind of that lean startup methodology where you're just testing. Okay, I've got some traction here, let me double down in this area. So we're strong believers in that, and that's really kind of why we started as well, as like we mentioned earlier, is kind of that methodology.
So to get started, right, and really to learn more about US Direct, is you're going to want to go to www.gousdirect.com. It's a website to just learn a little bit more about, kind of the program and what US Direct really is. Inventory Source, we're sister companies. We're pretty much the same exact thing, right? So if you want to reach out maybe to your Inventory Source rep here with us, go ahead and do that. We'd love to talk to you about US Direct. You reach out directly on gousdirect.com. You can sign up for a free account through gousdirect.com. What that's going to do is just going to kind of, take you into creating a free account with the Inventory Source. If you're ready to get going, you have an Inventory Source account, you just go ahead and add an integration for US Direct and really just get started quick and easy as well.
Yeah, US Direct is in the Inventory Source directory. One of the only suppliers where you see the actual pricing, right? Not a range. We usually show a range because it could depend on whether you're a elite retailer with that supplier or not, or a newbie or whatever it might be. Same pricing for everyone right now with US Direct. You can see it all in the directory for a free account with Inventory Source.
Perfect. Yep.
Let's do some Q&A.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, so go ahead and ask some questions. We're going to wait for a little bit. I think we had some early ones kind of come through.
There's two in there right now. So
All right.
First one is, do you ship internationally? So we don't, right? U.S. direct. We are focused on the U.S. We saw that was a big thing, right? Dropshipping is really known, and Oberlo did a great job, and Shopify now, right, did a great job with making dropshipping popular, and a lot of people, it really gained popularity with this Oberlo AliExpress thing. But for those that are in the U.S. And maybe even the U.K. and things like that, there's been a bad taste in people's mouth that when it comes to those long shipping times, right? So we wanted to say our value proposition is lower 48, the United States, right? No Alaska, no Hawaii. Fixed shipping rates, which are traditionally more expensive in the U.S. because you're not getting kind of those subsidies through the e-packet, right? So we wanted to get fixed, cheap shipping rates. And the way we did it was say to the lower 48 of the U.S., and we can guarantee that across the board. So this really is targeted for people selling in the U.S. to consumers that are located in the lower 48 of the U.S.
Let's see, we've got another one coming through.
So yeah, so this actually kind of piggybacks on it, right? So do I need a business license, right? So no, you don't, right now, right? I mean, we do recommend, and we will have a process here. Right now, it's a little bit manual process, while more automated process to kind of allow you to send in your EIN or whatever it might be, or your reseller cert. Right now, you don't need it. We do need to charge you sales tax for any order that is sourced from a supplier in the same state it's shipped to. So if that happens to occur, there is sales tax that needs to happen. That's just from a legal perspective. But orders that are not sourced from Florida and then are shipped to Florida, there's no tax there, right? But if you give us an EIN, if you give us a resale cert, then we never have to charge tax at all. So with that in mind, if you live in the UK, you live in China, wherever, right? Australia, Iceland, doesn't matter. You can sell with US Direct to US customers. Just know that we'll have to charge sales tax if it's a intra-state transaction.
Okay. Yeah.
But you can get around that, just send us a resale cert or an EIN.
Makes sense. Easy to get started, right? Let's see. So we got next one coming in is how do I get started with US Direct? So you can go to gousdirect.com and sign up for a free account there. You can also go to inventorysource.com and sign up for a free account as well. Kind of all goes into our app.inventorysource. That's the free account. You can see Go US Direct or US Direct on the supplier directory to look at the products, the categories, things like that. But then once you're ready to get started, inventorysource.com on the app.inventorysource.com, you can purchase an integration to your sales channel. And that's a huge thing that I know you hit on is like, it's not just a Shopify app, right? This is WooCommerce, right? WordPress WooCommerce. This is Magento. This is Amazon. This is Walmart. I mean, we just opened it up to marketplaces, so that's huge. So you just go to inventorysource.com, sign up for a free account, purchase integration from US Direct to your sales channel, and it's going to take you right into our onboarding process, and we're going to get you up and going in just a couple days, and we'll have products ready to sell for you. Yep. So that's what we got for getting started with US Direct. We have another one that is
what's the difference? It looks like. What's the difference?
Okay.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. What's the difference between US Direct and Inventory Source? So in essence, you can think of US Direct as a dropship aggregator. So US Direct in itself has just aggregated these US dropship suppliers together, and they are the sourcing of products. Inventory Source is the data automation tools to get those products onto your sales channel and to keep everything synced up together. Right.
Yeah, exactly. And kind of going back to like why we started, right? Inventory Source has always been just the software, just the tools. But we've always had this directory of suppliers that you can work with to show who we've already integrated. And we constantly heard questions of people say, I love your program, but I reach out to the supplier and I haven't heard back. It's been weeks. Or I can't get approved with this supplier. I want to use your software. I want to buy your product, but I can't because I can't get approved, or I'm not working with any of these people, or it's too expensive, or they have additional fees. So we said, okay, we're not really in the business of making money on sales transactions and being a retailer or distributor or anything like that, but we really want to empower our customers and allow them to use our product, obviously. So that's why we started US Direct, and that's why we have these fixed rate, flat rate, fixed shipping, low fees, where we really do look to break even on the sales transaction, because if you're not profitable, if you're not making money, you're going to cancel your Inventory Source account and the monthly subscription fee. That really is our model. So the biggest difference is software for a monthly kind of fee and essentially a free sourcing platform with US Direct.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, we've seen dropship aggregators that mark up because they're making money off of orders as well, we don't anticipate that. We anticipate losing money on orders because we're getting everything from our automation tools. That's why it's a sister company of us. So our last one, and I think you can answer this one, is what do you charge? What do we charge for shipping? What is US Direct?
So we did touch on this a little bit, but essentially, yeah. So right now, like I said, we just dropped the pricing. So as of today, is for under 1 pound is $3.95 flat rate, no matter where it's going. If it's under 1 pound, if it is between 1 pound and 5 pounds, it's $5.95. I believe if it's over 5 to somewhere around 10, it's $8.95. Don't quote me on the last one, right? But they've changed a little bit. We're trying to tweak it. We're trying, like I said earlier, and Austin said, we're trying to break even, and we're still kind of looking at, as these orders come through, how to make sure we're giving as low of price as we can and do a lot of averages there.
Yeah, and that kind of takes us into we've been tweaking a lot of this stuff because of customer feedback as well. So this is kind of where we want to make this work for dealers. We are listening to you guys and we're really tweaking stuff.
Sure.
We decided to only do websites at the beginning, and now we're like, what are we doing? Let's open up marketplaces, things like that, right?
Yep.
So let us know about the shipping. But yeah, everything that you can see, shipping details, who we work for. In essence of the suppliers, you can see that all on GoUSDirect.com.
Yep, exactly. Everything's there. That was the last one we had.
That was the last one we had?
Yeah.
All right, well, sounds good. So that's everything you need to know about US Direct and Inventory Source. If you have any questions, we have contact forms on GoUSDirect.com. You can email us. You can schedule a call with us if you want to know more about US Direct with Inventory Source as well. You got both those outlets that you can get in contact with. And that's about it. Let us know if you have any more questions. Thanks for joining us. And really, last thing is we're going to make sure that this is everywhere for you to see, right? So we got this live on YouTube. We'll probably be putting it in our blog, newsletters, social media. It's kind of going to be all over the place, right? We want to push this and, make sure to share this video with all your friends and anybody else in the e-commerce realm. And like I said, reach out if you have any questions.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Thanks. See you.
Thank you.